Hey guys, it's Andy here from Sales Rocket, and in this video I'm going to show you exactly how our calendar works. I'm going to walk you through how to set up your calendar for the first time, how to have multiple users on a calendar, how to get it on a web page, how to customize the way that it looks, and really make sure that you know exactly how to make our calendar system work with the rest of the platform. Now I'm here on the quick start page, and the first thing I'm going to do on the left hand side here is click on calendar. Now this is a brand new account, or pretty close to a brand new account, so I'm going to just turn off these video tutorials first of all. I'm going to click this button so that the video tutorials are turned off, and I'm going to click on add a new calendar. I'm going to use Google Calendar. It's highly recommended that you use Google Calendar, and then if you use a different platform or a different calendar system with your everyday, then you can sync Google Calendar with everything else. So for us, it made way more sense to make sure that we integrated really well with Google, and then if you use a different calendar system, whatever that happens to be, you can then sync that with Google Calendar because they have integrations with everything. So and continue. It's going to bring me back into the platform, and I've now got this backup email account that's connected to the platform. I'm in the calendar section. Now what I really want to do here is go to bookers, and I need to create my first booker. Now because I have already just linked the calendar, it's created my first booker for me, and you can see it's just been updated today. So I'm going to click on this, and I'm going to go through and customize it. So obviously the name of this account is demo, hence the reason why it's brought in demo. If the name of this account was Bob, it would say meet with Bob. I'm going to go through now and just add in meet with Andrew. I'm not going to customize images and so on, but I'm just going to call it meet with Andrew, and that's fine for now. Now, if you've linked a custom domain, you're going to be able to choose it from this drop down or click up here. So if I scroll through here, you can see there's a bunch of different domains that you can use that are actually pretty easy, good domains to remember: BeamCal, CalBeam, InboxCal, InboxMeOn, OnMeetly, SpeakMeet. You could use any of these that you want to. And I'm just going to go to use, I don't know, let's use calmeeting.com and Andrew. I'm not sure if that's available. We're going to find out. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I haven't got any custom domains linked to this specific account. And if you want to upload your own custom logo, you can do. Let's just go ahead and do it now. There we go. And I'm going to just leave the basic form there for now while we set it up, and then I will customize this. Now, I always get paranoid here, so I always save it before I go on to any extra pages. You don't need to, but I just have a habit of saving on every page. Now you could just copy the meeting link and hand that out. You've got an embed code here, so you can embed it on a third-party site, or you could actually edit the booking page specifically here. If you click on that, it actually takes you into the site builder and lets you customize what it's going to look like. So I just use a bunny.net logo there. This is what it looks like. You can add extra things if you want to, or you can just actually click on the calendar. You can click on the calendar or booker setting here, and then you can choose if you want to see the booker info. If I just scroll up slightly, you can just see that disappearing, and the booker detail. And if you toggle them both off, then it just shows you the calendar, which is pretty cool. And then if you want to redirect once they book, you can say allow redirect and say the URL that you want them to be redirected to. Okay, so you don't even need to put this on your own custom page. You can just set it up like this, put your own URL in there, and toggle these on and off if you want to, and you've got a calendar that's functional, ready to use pretty much straight away out of the gate. I'm going to go a bit beyond that. I'm going to just I'll toggle the detail off just so it's something different. I'll save it, and I'll exit, and I'll go to back to the calendar again, bookers, back into that booker, and we've got this booker that I've created so far. Now in time, when I create a form, we'll be able to replace the basic form with my custom form. Okay, we'll cover that a bit later. We've also then got meeting event options, which is really where you want to be. New duration, and the minimum meeting length here is 15 minutes. The start time is in increments of 15 minutes. So let's say I have a 15-minute meeting, and I also have a 60-minute meeting. So let's call it 60 minutes. Meeting length is 60 minutes in increments of 60 minutes. So I don't want people to book on a half an hour. I want them to just book on the hour. Click on save. And the reason for that, I don't want half an hour dead space in between. So I don't want someone booking at 1 o'clock and again at 2:30. Okay. Now both of these would be available to book on the calendar. So somebody could book at 1:15 till 1:30 on a 15-minute call, and at 1:30 somebody could book the 60-minute. Oh, sorry, the 60-minute wouldn't be available until 2 o'clock because it's booking times or increments of every 60 minutes. Okay, so it depends on how you want to customize this. If you want people to be able to book on the half an hour, you can say book on the half an hour, and as somebody books, it'll block that time off. So let's do that. Let's add in that 30 minutes. Do I want an event time buffer before and after? I'm going to say no, because I like to kind of include it in the meeting time. But if you wanted to add a buffer before and after, you can do that. How soon can somebody book? So if it's now 11 a.m., can somebody book today? Well, with an 8-hour notice period, no, they can't. And depending on how available you or your team are, you may want to bring that down. So if somebody books with you, later this afternoon, that could be fine. But for me, I'm going to just, I'll leave it at 4 hours. But depending on what you're doing, you may not want somebody to be able to book in 4 hours' time. And the max future booking time, well, I don't want somebody booking 30 days in future. Let's say maximum 5 days in future. And you can toggle off on and off the 12-hour format here. So me being British, I prefer 24-hour clocks. But if you're American and you prefer simple 12-hour clocks, you can do. And it'll say AM and PM. I'm not going to bother customizing this. I'm going to leave it as it is. But these are the time slots that are available. If you wanted to block off, let's say, an hour for lunch, what you would do is you'd do, let's say, 9 till 1, and then you'd have a second time of 1 till 6, for example. Oh, sorry, 2 till 6. There we go, and that would give you the time off between 1 and 2. So you want to have certain breaks throughout the day, you can do, but that would be available. That would be a break every day, rather than just a one-off. So just be aware of that. I like to just have this available all the time, and then block it out separately in the calendar. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I've got a 15-minute, a 60-minute meeting. I've got 9 till 6 Monday to Friday. I'm not going to bother with fake busy. And if I wanted to do events, I can do multi-day events here. I can't do recurring multi-day events, but I can do multi-day events if I want. Allow cancellations, allow rescheduling. I don't want to have to actually approve all bookings, so I'm not going to toggle that on. And I don't want a private one-time link. I want this to be usable again and again. So I'll keep those two toggled off. And I want all the notifications going out, including... I don't want a follow-up, but I do want a reminder. Okay, so I want a reminder email. I'm just going to add in an email 1 day before, 1 hour before, and 5 minutes before. Okay, so I've got an email going out a day before, an hour before, and 5 minutes before, which I think is plenty. I could do more than that if I wanted. I've got the option, so I could just add in more there as well. Okay, and they're pretty generic, but you can always go in and edit the template in settings and calendar and system emails, and you can change it there. Happy with that. Again, I'm just going to save it. Me just being paranoid, I like to save it every single step. And I'm going to go to meeting invite settings. So this is where basically the meeting is going to take place. So it's one person booking with one person, and I can leave all this in place. This is just the generic settings. Meet with contact first name, last name, and then my first name. This is the email that's going to go out, and I can customize this. So I don't like doing phone meetings. I want to say Google Meet and have it automatically generate the link for me. I'll give you a call when the meeting starts. And in the variables here, I can actually click and I can choose location. All right, and it will say Google Meet, and then Google will actually send out an email as well with the Meet URL. That's my time zone, so that's all fine. I can click Save on that too. And I think we're pretty much good to go. Let's have a quick look. So I've got my logos in there. It's not my logo, but I've got a logo in there. I've got a basic form. Happy with the times. Happy with the invite settings. Okay, so let's just go and whack that onto a web page now. So sites, create new project. Let's just say Cal for calendar. And let's create a new page. I'll just delete that and I'll just add the calendar on there and select it. It's going to appear like this. Now, I may not want all this stuff to appear. I might want to keep it really simple. So I'm just going to go to the Booker settings, toggle that all off, and just give them a calendar to book. Okay, I might want to add a heading above it, and I may want to have something else on here instead. Let's say, for example, I wanted to have a grid and throw this in one side. I could do it. I could have something else here about the meeting rather than the predefined information. I could add in my own things here if I wanted. So let's just save that and preview it, take a quick look. Okay, so when I preview this is what I see. It says this is heading because I haven't put a heading in there. And then this could be some information about it. Then I got a 15-minute or a 60-minute option available. And when I click on one of these, it'll take me through to the availability. I can click, I can see the availability, and then I can choose what I want. Now I've got it set up quite vertically here. Let's just get rid of this grid and put this calendar like so. Save it and preview it. And now you're going to see when I choose a time, it comes out on the side here instead. Okay, so it's entirely up to you as to how you want to do that. If you don't give it enough space horizontally, it's going to put the times underneath. But if you do put it on a page like this, full width, then it'll have space for the times to show up on the right hand side. You click, confirm. Now, the reason it's not letting me book here is because it's asking for form data, 404, okay? So let's come out of this, and let's come out of this, and let's go to forms. Now, the reason why I say it's not working is because we need to add our own custom form to the calendar. So here in the form builder, I'm just going to get rid of that. I'm going to decide what information do I want to collect. So I want to collect first name. I want to collect last name, I want to collect email, I want to collect phone number, and maybe I want to collect some more information as well. Okay, so I can actually click on the little gear cog icon here. I can ask a question. Your question goes here. And I can choose if I want it to be required or not. So I can actually go to validation and I can toggle this on and off and see the little asterisk that changes. So do I need them to answer this or not to proceed? I'm going to say they do have to answer it. I'll click on save, and then the button, I'm going to click on that and make it bigger, and click to confirm appointment. And then if I want to actually add an icon to this, I can do that as well. Let's say, there we go, a circle in front of it, and let's do FA dash mouse dash pointer. So basically these are the Font Awesome classes for the for check circle. If you go to Font Awesome 4, you can just take the FA, whatever it is, and add it straight on here, and the icon will appear. Okay, so happy with that, and I'll just click on save, and I'm happy with that. I'll just click on save, and this is my calendar form, so that I know what it is. Okay, it's saved. I can exit. I can go back to my calendar, and this is the important step now. So if I go to the calendar, this is the important point. I want to replace the basic info with a custom form and choose, not demo form. I want to choose calendar form. I'm going to save it. And that's the important step. So this 404 error that we had before, if we go back to sites and we go to the calendar and we preview it, okay, choose a 60-minute appointment here, 3:30 p.m. So you see what it does. My availability is till I think 6 o'clock, and it lets me book these different times, but it won't let me book. See, if I book at 3:30, the 4 o'clock wouldn't be available anymore because I'm booking a 60-minute appointment. So let's confirm that. It'll spin, it'll go to the form, and now it's going to ask that information. So when I put the information in here, it would then allow me to click to confirm the appointment. Now if I just jump back into the web designer and I go to fonts and choose the font that I want to use, Poppins, let's just save that. Refresh this, and looks like Poppins is coming through nicely. Yep, Poppins is coming through everywhere, but it won't come through on the form. Okay, the labels will still show us the basic font, and then we have click to confirm here on the button as well. That was changed to Poppins too. Just something to be aware of. And if you desperately want to have a specific font all the way through, there's a really quick little page settings CSS, and you can just do I'll just quickly double check one more time. And it's really good to go through and just check that the calendar works exactly as you'd expect and make a few test bookings. Yeah, see, we've got everything looking fantastic, happy with all of that. And that's exactly what the interface is going to be like. And when I click to confirm the appointment, it's just going to show up saying booking successful. Hey, there we go. Wonderful. Now, we should see in the calendar in bookings, we should see this new meeting. And there is no status because it's not confirmed, showed, no showed, it's just been booked. Okay, so if you have a setter that then goes and actually calls these people and confirms it, or an AI employee that confirms it, you could then change it to confirmed. That it's not pending approval, therefore it's not saying approved. There's just no status because it's been booked. All right, and that is exactly how the calendar works in terms of bookings. And I've put in random information there. Now, let's go to Bookers again. And if I want to add another booker now, let's say I want to have a meet with team. So meet with team. And I'm just going to leave all that as it is. I need to have my own form here. I'm going to go to meeting event options. I'm just going to leave all that as it is as well. But if I want to add more than one person on the, let's say I want to do a team meeting or a group session, or I have to add in additional calendars. Now, I've only linked one calendar so far, which is the reason why it's showing like this. So let's just save this. Let's just dive back over to settings now. Give it a second. Okay, settings, calendar, add another calendar now. And so now I've added a second calendar. If I go to bookers and I go to meet with team, you'll see meet with Andrew was the one we just created. Meet with demos because I just added a new calendar, and meet with team is because that's the one we started making. So let's go to meeting invite settings, and I can now click on this and I can choose a second calendar. And so now I can choose the meeting location per person. So if you've got a sales team and you want to have meetings via Google Meet, you can do that. Okay, and then you can choose random team or group. So random means it's going to cycle between multiple team members, and what that means is if somebody is available, it'll book with whoever's the most available at that certain time. And if nobody's available, it'll show nobody. If one person's available, it'll show their availability. So it's a round robin. It's essentially randomly cycling between whoever's available. It'll show both their availability on the calendar, which is great for your end users. Team, when all selected members are available. So this means that there will be 2 salespeople on one call with one prospect. Or a group session, which would mean their availability and multiple people booking onto it. Okay, so in most cases, you're going to want to use random and just cycle between them, and then probably use Google Meet for the generic auto-populated URLs. And that's pretty much it. I can click on save now, and I can go through and do exactly the same thing. I could create a page for it and make sure I'm happy with how it looks. And I would strongly recommend that what you do is create your own web page. Go to sites, create your own web page for your calendar, drop it onto the page. Once you've dropped it onto the page, what you're then going to want to do is you're going to want to click on the calendar settings or the booker settings and toggle these on and off until you're happy. And if you want to redirect to a thank you page, toggle this on, type in the URL that you want to redirect them to, and once their booking is complete, it'll then redirect them and say, you can show whatever you want on the redirect page. You can then show thank you for booking, you can then show a testimonial wall, whatever you happen to need. But that's how you customize where they go to after they have submitted their booking. Okay, so that kind of walks you through exactly how the calendars work. Of course, you can click on the help docs here. You can go to calendars. There's multiple videos and tutorials here for the calendars, and you can find out exactly how to do all of those things inside the different help docs that are here. So that's how it works, which is fantastic. It's really easy to use. If you've got any questions, let me know in the comments below. And hopefully you guys are using the calendar in your businesses.